Struck by Lightning by Stephen Person. A Mountaintop Strike. It was late afternoon on July 26, 2003. Rod Liberal and his friends were nearing the top of Grand Teton Mountain in Wyoming. This was Rod's first time climbing the mountain, and he was excited to reach its summit. Climbers near the 13,770-foot, 4,197-meter peak of Grand Teton Mountain. As Rod clung to the side of a cliff, he saw dark clouds rolling toward him. Suddenly, he heard a buzzing sound. He felt the hair on his arms stand up. Then there was a burst of light as a bolt of lightning struck his chest and blew him off the mountain. Luckily, he was attached to the cliff by a rope. He swung in the air, thousands of feet above the ground. About 100 bolts of lightning strike Earth's surface every second. Lightning strikes in Grand Teton National Park, Wyoming. Rescue in the sky. The lightning strike paralyzed Rod's left arm and right leg. He was in terrible pain and thought his back might be broken. He tried to scream, but could not make a sound. "Hold on, buddy!" one of Rod's friends called down from the mountain above. "Just keep breathing!" Rod's friends used a cell phone to call park rangers for help. Park rangers prepared to rescue Rod on the side of the mountain. As the sun began to set, Rod heard a helicopter. Park rangers had come to rescue him. They secured Rod to a basket attached to the helicopter and flew him to a hospital. "We didn't think he would survive the night," one of the rangers said. "He was really hurt. He took the full blast of the lightning." Lightning is one of the leading causes of weather-related deaths in the United States. Most years, it kills more people than hurricanes or snowstorms. A helicopter picked Rod up and flew him to a hospital. Lucky to be alive. Doctors found severe burns on Rod's chest, as well as damage to his lungs. Rod spent about 2 months recovering in the hospital. It took him another 4 months to relearn how to sit up and walk. Rod and his family relax at their home in Utah. Rod still plays hockey with his friends, though his legs are not as strong as they used to be. Around 60 people are killed by lightning each year in the United States. It may seem amazing that anyone could be hit by lightning and live. However, most people do survive lightning strikes. According to Dr. Mary Ann Cooper, a leading expert on lightning strike injuries, 90% of lightning victims survive, but often with disability. Lightning doesn't occur just on Earth. It also strikes other planets, such as Jupiter, Saturn, and Venus. This picture was created by an artist to show what lightning on Venus might look like. A blinding bolt. Lightning can strike a person doing much more ordinary things than mountain climbing. In 1983, Linda Cooper parked outside the post office in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It was a gray, rainy day. As Linda stepped out of her car, a bolt of lightning smacked her head and knocked her down to the wet sidewalk. There are more lightning strikes per square kilometer, in Florida than in any other state. A lightning storm in Florida. "All I remember is a blinding white light," Linda said, "and the loudest sound I have ever heard or could ever imagine hearing." Badly confused, she stood up and walked into the post office. After mailing her package, she got back into her car and drove to an exercise class. In the United States, Florida has had the most deaths caused by lightning. After the strike. Just like Linda, many lightning strike victims feel fine right after being hit. In the days that follow, however, victims often begin to feel sick. Several days after being struck, Linda started having pounding headaches. This Colorado teenager and his mother show his shoe and shirt, both burned by lightning while he was wearing them. Luckily, he suffered only minor injuries. In the following months, Linda's headaches continued. She also felt tired all the time and had trouble remembering things. She even lost the ability to add and subtract numbers. These are all common symptoms of lightning strikes. The symptoms usually fade slowly over many years. Linda Cooper has been struck by lightning 3 more times since 1983, most recently in 2003. She has recovered from each of these strikes. Linda Cooper speaks often with lightning strike victims, helping them recover from their injuries. Lightning is dangerous to animals as well as people. These cows were killed by a lightning strike. An electric mystery. Rod and Linda are not alone. An average of 300 people are injured by lightning each year in the United States. What causes this lightning to form? The American inventor Benjamin Franklin, 1706 to 1790, had a theory. He believed that lightning was caused by electricity that built up inside of storm clouds. Franklin decided to test his theory one stormy afternoon in 1752. Each bolt of lightning has enough electrical energy to light up a 100-watt light bulb for up to 3 months. A single storm cloud can produce many bolts of lightning. Franklin went outside and flew a kite. As the kite soared into the clouds, electricity flowed down the kite string. When Franklin moved his hand near a metal key tied to the kite string, electric sparks jumped from the key to his hand. This experiment proved that electricity forms in storm clouds. Franklin guessed that this electricity could travel to the ground in the form of lightning bolts. Scientists now know that Franklin was correct. Franklin's son William helped him perform his famous kite experiment. One powerful bolt. Scientists are still trying to figure out how electricity is created inside storm clouds. They know that small and large pieces of ice form in clouds that are high in the sky, where the air is cool. Scientists believe that large amounts of positive and negative electrical charges build up in a cloud when the pieces of ice bounce and rub against one another. The movement of ice in clouds creates electrical charges that lead to lightning. Because of air and ice movements within the cloud, the lower part of the cloud becomes negatively charged. The ground below has negative and positive charges. The negative charges in the cloud are attracted to positive charges on the ground. When the difference between the negative charges in the cloud and the positive charges on the ground becomes too great, a giant spark of electricity may shoot out of the cloud and strike the ground. This spark is called lightning. Bolts of lightning are usually about 1 to 2 inches, 2.5 to 5 centimeters wide. They can be more than 20 miles, 32 kilometers long. How lightning forms. Negative electrical charges build up at the bottom of storm clouds. Electrical charges burst from the cloud in the form of lightning bolts. Positive electrical charges. Negative electrical charges. Listening for thunder. When people see lightning, they also often hear thunder. Why? The sound of thunder is created by lightning. A bolt of lightning heats the air around it, forcing the air to expand very quickly. The fast-moving air creates the booming sound of thunder. Lightning strikes occur throughout the world. A powerful bolt struck this house in South Africa and set it on fire. Thunder and lightning occur at the exact same moment. People usually see lightning before they hear thunder, however, because light moves much faster than sound. Light travels about 186,000 miles, 299,338 kilometers per second. Sound travels about 1 mile, 1.6 kilometers, in 5 seconds. As a result, people who are 1 mile from a lightning bolt will see the flash instantly. They will hear thunder about 5 seconds later. To figure out how many miles away a thunderstorm is, count the seconds between the flash of lightning and the sound of thunder. Then divide that number by 5. For example, if 10 seconds pass between the lightning and thunder, the storm is about 2 miles, 3.2 kilometers away. Only about 30% of all lightning bolts hit the ground. The rest remain in the clouds. Getting to safety. Anytime people see lightning or hear thunder, they should find shelter right away. This means staying away from trees, because lightning often strikes tall objects. Open fields are dangerous too. In a field, the tallest thing around may be a person. People should also avoid being in water during a storm. Lightning can zip through water and kill anyone touching it. Lightning often strikes trees and other tall objects as it shoots toward the ground. Skyscrapers are frequently hit by lightning. The buildings are safe places, however, if they are built with lightning rods. A lightning rod is a metal pole that is placed on top of a building with a wire leading into the earth. When lightning strikes the pole, the electric shock travels down the wire harmlessly into the ground. Benjamin Franklin invented the lightning rod in 1753. Even if a building doesn't have a lightning rod, it can still be a safe place to stay during a thunderstorm if it has wiring and plumbing. The electrical current from lightning will usually travel through a house's wiring or plumbing into the ground. New York City's Empire State Building is struck by lightning about 100 times every year. A lightning rod protects the building and people inside. A bolt from the blue. Even if the sky is blue, people should seek safety if thunderstorms are nearby. The sky was blue above the North Carolina bank where Steve Marshburn was working. He was sitting inside a drive-up window when a bolt of lightning shot through the open window and struck his back. It felt as if someone had hit me with a baseball bat, he said. In 1989, Steve Marshburn founded Lightning Strike and Electric Shock Survivors. The group helps victims stay in touch and support one another. This woman holds up the pair of jeans she was wearing when she was struck by lightning. This kind of lightning strike is what meteorologists call a bolt from the blue. How did it get this name? Some lightning bolts shoot out the side of a cloud. As a result, they can strike the ground up to 25 miles, 40 kilometers away, where skies are blue. There are 1.2 billion lightning flashes on Earth each year. Some of these occur on sunny days. The human lightning rod. A person's chances of being hit by lightning in his or her lifetime are 1 in 5,000. Yet that hasn't helped Roy Sullivan. This Virginia park ranger was nicknamed the human lightning rod after being struck a world record 7 times. In 1972, lightning struck Sullivan in the head and set his hair on fire. The quick-thinking ranger poured a bucket of water over his head, putting out the flames. Roy Sullivan shows a hat that was struck by lightning while it was on his head. The first bolt hit Sullivan in 1942. A storm rolled in while he was on a lookout tower watching for forest fires. He knew the top of a tower was just about the worst place he could be. As he raced down the steps, a bolt of lightning struck his foot. Sullivan lost a toenail, but soon returned to work. Incredibly, he survived 6 more strikes over the next 35 years. Lightning starts about 10,000 forest fires every year in the United States. This forest fire was caused by lightning in Wyoming's Yellowstone National Park. Learning from lightning. Will anyone ever break Roy Sullivan's record of 7 lightning strikes? Karl Mize of Oklahoma is getting close. He has been struck 6 times. "Some people say I'm unlucky," Carl said. "I think I'm kind of lucky to be alive." Fortunately for Carl and other people, the number of injuries and deaths from lightning strikes has been falling in recent years. One reason is that people know more about lightning safety. Better weather forecasts also help people avoid getting caught in thunderstorms. Meteorologists use computers to track thunderstorms so that they can warn people if they are in danger. Rod Liberal knows the danger of lightning as well as anyone. More than 6 years after his mountaintop rescue in 2003, Rod is slowly but surely recovering from his strike. He even climbed Grand Teton Mountain again. "Reaching the summit," Rod said, "was the best feeling in the world." A woman who had been climbing with Rod was killed when a lightning strike caused her heart to stop beating. This is the most common cause of death in lightning strikes. People know more about lightning safety today than ever before. Famous strikes. Lightning bolts usually strike just one person at a time. Throughout history, however, a few lightning bolts have caused major disasters. Rhodes, Greece, 1856. Lightning struck a church tower. The electricity traveled down the tower and into the basement, where barrels of gunpowder were stored. The gunpowder exploded, destroying nearby buildings and killing about 4,000 people. Scientists and historians think this was the deadliest lightning strike in history. Maryland, 1963. A lightning bolt hit a jet airplane in the skies over Maryland. The bolt lit fuel in the tank, sparking an explosion. The left wing of the plane was blown off, causing the plane to crash. All 81 people on board were killed. Most large airplanes are struck by lightning at least once every year. Today's planes have safety features that are designed to prevent sparks from reaching fuel tanks or damaging a plane's computers. West Virginia, 2006. A lightning bolt hit the ground near a coal mine, causing gas in the mine to explode. Part of the mine collapsed, trapping 13 miners underground. Only one of the miners survived. This tragedy has become known as the Sago Mine Disaster. Randall McCloy was the only survivor of the Sago Mine disaster. Scientists test the effects of lightning on new airplanes. Lightning safety. Here are some lightning safety tips from the National Weather Service. Always check weather reports before planning outdoor activities. While outside, watch for thunderstorms. Remember to follow the advice of the National Weather Service. When thunder roars, go indoors. Wait at least 30 minutes after hearing the last rumble of thunder before leaving shelter. The safest locations during a thunderstorm are houses or other solid buildings. Tents do not protect people from lightning. Most people are not struck directly by lightning. Instead, they are usually struck by lightning as it moves along the ground or along metal surfaces or wires. Consequently, don't use corded phones and avoid touching metal pipes or window frames during a storm. Also, do not touch anything that is plugged into the wall. If someone is struck by lightning, call 911. Don't worry about touching the victim. He or she cannot electrocute you. Open picnic pavilions like this one are not safe places during thunderstorms.